Alright. So, the biggest news actually is Forest winning Liverpool 1-0 this season. Right? And the thing is, you guys only won 2 games. One against West Ham and one
Why
against
you must make it worse, the story?
Worse for you, right? Yeah. So how do you guys feel to be in the Premier League and beating Liverpool, you know? After 23 years out of the Premier League?
Yep.
How do you feel?
Well, first of all, definitely we were celebrating when Forest, when Forest, when they built Huddersfield over the 2 legs, I was like celebrating. So
just to put some context, I think Forest won the playoff. Championship playoff against
because the championship, the format is that the first 2 will be automatically promoted. And then between the 3rd to the 6th team, they will play in a playoff. 3rd will play 6th, 4th will play 5th. And then the winner of this will then go to Wembley. And that's where the big prize money, about 150 million pounds.
The one that you use very well lah.
Yes, for the transfer. About there. So that's the time when, and if you watch that final at Wembley, 3/4 of the stadium were all Forest fans. It's all red. So it's just to show that Forest has a big following. In fact, during the Euros in England, City Ground was one of the stadiums.
Yes, they actually offered to be if they won.
No, even before that. The earlier one. The earlier one of City Ground was used. So Forest average attendance is about 29,000.
We have about 30,000.
So for the championship, you are one of the top 3. Then after that, then of course, in fact, there are plans now to redevelop the stadium.
Don't expand too fast, don't expand too fast. But it was a really good season that time. Getting promoted, and if I remember correctly, in FA Cup.
They even beat Arsenal.
Okay, which is good. Good job.
I don't feel so bad already.
But
that was different. When Arsenal was playing not the full team, but now in the Premier League, talking about even Salah playing.
I'm feeling bad again.
That time we are in transition. That's why it's okay to lose to Forest. But FA Cup is always nostalgic when it comes to
because it's teams. It's a knockout thing.
And
the headlines always looking for lower division beating the Premier League clubs.
Giant killers, right?
Yes,
killers.
exactly.
That's the beauty of the FA Cup.
Like MK Dons, suddenly beating some of the Premier League clubs, right?
Manchester United usually MK Dons.
They were about winning Liverpool.
Basically, I think Forest. So what happened is that some of the players that they had during for the promotion were basically on loan, right? So when Forest got promoted back to Premier League, they had to Steve Cooper had to reorganize the players, and then that's why they bought a few of the players. And I think as many of us know that what's important is for the players to gel together, and I think that was a bit of a problem for Forest. Because you're getting some of the, even like big names, we got Jesse Lingard, they came in, and then we got Nico Williams and a few of the others. Right. Yes. So what happened? In fact, the game against Liverpool, it was who scored? Also a Liverpool reject. So I think they were a bit struggling. And then the turnaround was against Liverpool. In fact, to be honest, I was like saying, hopefully, we don't go whacked. But then when the Forest played, I said, not bad. I think Steve Cooper managed to rearrange again, the players. And then it was a good game. So I think we celebrated that. Now, although Forest is still, at the bottom of the league, hopefully, they can, when they lost, to Arsenal 5-0.
Can I say trash? Because it's not often that usually Arsenal get trash.
No, but to be fair, I say that I think we'll give it to Arsenal for this season. The fact that I think they trash Forest, I'll give it. Let Arsenal take the title this season.
Favoritism.
It's time for the underdogs. To rise up. The big headline at the beginning of the season was that you guys signed you kind of overhauled the team.
Yeah.
You signed 22 players and at least 150 million pounds. Is it because to survive the Premier League?
Yeah.
But yet you...
I think they follow the year 2022. They buy 22 players. So next year 23 players.
Is it what is needed? Is that what is needed to survive the Premier League? But you guys are bottom of the table at the moment. Just the 2 wins, 9 points.
Yeah.
9 points.
Apparently, it actually comes back to the vision of the chairman, of the owner.
Yeah.
Because when the current owner took over, right, back then, he had this 5-year vision. By the end of the 5th year, by hook or by crook, Forest must be back in EPL. And apparently, last year was the 5th year.
Yeah.
And that is somehow, that's why we're like, it's the 5th year. We have to beat, because he has that vision, you see. So because of that vision, and we managed it, and in fact, the earlier of last season, we were actually at the bottom team. In the first 2-3 games,
the first 7 games, you were
7
last.
games, yeah,
only
last.
1 point.
In
So
championship.
when Steve Cooper took over in the championship, first 7 games, Forest only had 1 point. Wow. So Steve Cooper took over, and that's where the turnaround came about.
Yeah.
So that's why Steve Cooper contract was actually renewed, because when Forest lost the first few games, right? So there was a big rumor because the chairman of Forest is also the chairman of Olympiacos. The Greek champion. Yeah.
Yep.
So he's a multi-millionaire mogul, shipping mogul. So what happened was that
actually he just owned Forest
5 years ago.
Yeah, Forest was owned by the Kuwaiti, because we thought that
the Kuwaiti
were putting in the money, but then
somehow
it didn't work out well.
Not all Arab money works, okay guys? Not all Arab good. Not all Arab good, okay?
No, well,
not all Arab celebrate Halloween. Okay? That's a good one.
No. So when look what happened to Olympiacos, so they sacked the manager. So then when Forest was losing those few games, then that was because his contract was not his contract was not renewed. He was actually also waiting. Then he was renewed. Again, starting to build up the confidence, and I think that led to the Liverpool
the winning somehow. He just signed, he just renewed, and that could be motivated him that beat Liverpool. I don't know, but that's what happened.
If he signed, the performance drop, correct. Aubameyang, you resign and you renew contract. Yours is Salah.
Salah renew contract, now never score.
I mean, you see, in the end, it's not about the place. Look what happened to Chelsea. Right, they were the winning team. Then they had to sack, right? So sometimes you may have good players, but you need to have a good manager, and that's why again, when we have shared early on, how Brian Clough, has actually built up Forest to what it was then before. So hopefully, I think we're looking at Steve Cooper. For Forest fans, we are hoping Steve Cooper could be the Brian Clough of today,
of the current era,
and then rebuild Forest to where it should be.
You think so? You think so that he's the one?
Hopefully, I mean he has done well. In fact, from what we've been shown in the championship. So again, the challenge in Premier League is not that easy. So give him a bit of time for him to really rebuild the play. As you can see, he's moving around. Nico Williams was playing right back. Now he's playing left back. Right. So there's then Justin Lingard was playing, and then taken out. And then Brennan Johnson was doing very well, and he was taking out the last 2 games because he missed the penalty against Wolves.
Yeah, it's okay. This season against Arsenal, get sub out is okay. Salah also got sub out. Okay, so it's fine if you're not performing against Arsenal. But Steve Cooper, right? I just did a very in-depth research 5 minutes ago. So he started with he managed under 16 England under 16 and under 17. Then after that he went to Swansea
ice cream.
Swansea ice cream. Nilofa and Nilofa Tudung. UEFA Nilofa. Okay. So then he goes to Forest. Right? For 1 season, he brought them up to the Premier League. That's a very big achievement, which he should be rewarded to stay on. Right. So my question was, does he deserve to continue at the position you guys are at the moment? You see. So because he had never managed a Premier League club before, but you guys have confidence as fans.
I mean, we have
even after the 5-0.
No, I mean, again, fine. as I say, I'll take it that that victory will give it to Arsenal to win the title this season. Okay, but for Forest, I think he needs a little bit of time. I mean, it goes everywhere. You have in the corporate world, same thing. When you see what happened in Twitter. When Elon Musk came in, he sacked everybody. He's gonna bring his own people, right? So likewise, I think what he's trying to do now, reorganize, and hopefully, in the reshuffling of the players where they're comfortable, but not just as a player, but how you are able to gel as a team, and produce a result.
Yep. If I can chime in, because like what we mentioned just now, they got 22 new players, right? So to make 22 new players work together in tandem on the field, and also try to please them, and against Premier League teams for a new manager, he will need time, and I hope that actually the Nottingham Forest faithful will actually put faith on Steve Cooper. Because so far
he's been very faithful the last 23 years even. Yep.
They are known for their faith, faithfulness, basically. So I think, like what Abang Fazul says, is they should allow Steve Cooper time to manage the team. And
the thing is, you guys are not as impatient as some big club fans, right? Because you all have gone through the dirt, you have gone through the bottom of the whole hierarchy.
If you can endure 23 years, right? What is not 23 years?
What is another relegation? What is another
30 years never win title? What is another 30 years?
Don't need to be so angry if you're not in the top 3 or in the top 4, right? That's the good thing about hardened fans. You guys understand, and you guys are always loyal.
Because you're always grounded, like City ground.
Grounded, yes.
And also respectful of other clubs. That's why if you always ask around Nottingham Forest fans, nobody hates Forest fans.
Correct.
Unlike some other clubs, right? So when Forest beat Liverpool, suddenly I got a lot of messages from other clubs, right? especially from the other club, right?
The other clubs are not Liverpool fans quiet. We got killed already.
Liverpool fans quiet.
No, but always, the other fan, who always make noise when,
Liverpool lose.
Exactly.
We are still trying to find way out of the forest. So we don't know.
I think when you're up there, right, a lot of people want to see you fall. Right? Especially fans, fans rivalry. I also, some people message me and say, hey, please win Liverpool. Please win Liverpool. Please win Man U. Yeah, so it's good lah.
But lose in forest is nice because it's jungle forest, very greenery. See, a lot of
fresh
fruits,
air.
everything, fresh air.
No, but the good thing is, I think what we've seen now in the Premier League, the gap is getting narrower. So we that to show that other clubs are able to perform. Not just the traditional clubs. Not just about the money. I mean, okay, to some extent, yes. You see, look at Newcastle. After injection of Saudi funds, they're doing well, right?
It's competitive, compared to some Farmers League. Only 1 or 2 teams only top. Every time, only the 2 teams win.
So as I said, hopefully this year we have Arsenal, or even if Spurs can do well, we would like to see.
No. Let their cupboard be empty. Okay, it's okay.
Arsenal fans too much.
Sometimes you have to follow tradition. Like you all got rich tradition with Europe. Arsenal has rich tradition with FA Cup. Spurs have tradition of no cup, nothing, no trophies. Okay, so continue the
but I
tradition.
think between Arsenal and Spurs, let them go and chase the first European Cup.
Correct. That's the shared history between the two red color jerseys.
Going back to the Premier League table, right? It's still early, 13 games, and you guys are only 3 points away from safety. Actually, you guys can go up. The only thing, right, that I was, maybe it's a bit of a concern. Teams that you're supposed to beat, you're not beating. Teams like, let's say you all lost to Wolves, you all lost to Fulham, and now we've reached Newcastle. But these are the teams that you should be beating to be, kind of middle of the table. Right? What do you guys think? What are the teams that you think?
I always believe in the process of team development. If you understand the Tuckman model, right, you have the forming, there's storming, norming, and performing. And I think that's where Forest we at the forming stage right now. We haven't even go into the storming part yet because we got 32 players. Right, and it takes some time to gel, and that forming might take longer. And based on past experiences, like I think like even Arsenal, certain years they don't do very well. The initial part, right, now he's doing well, and that shows that time is really important to gel the team. It's a matter of how long or how short. But only nowadays people like tak sabar lah kan.
Instant success, that's what they want.
Yeah, which is never the case in any setting. If you look into 1986-87, before that was the starting of Man U back then, right? They only started to win in the early 90s, but they started, Ferguson started in late 80s managing. A few years before they win.
About, I think, 4 years.
Yeah,
didn't win anything
before
about 4
they started
years.
something.
Then Klopp also took
5 years.
Yeah, so that's really history showed that, and that's the way to go. So that's what I believe for Forest. That's why they had the 22 players to have the pool, and some of them they loan out to get more experiences play at the clubs. When they come back, why I believe Forest being a newbie in the Premier League in the recent years, the first year at least is survival year. So survival year. That's our plan at least.
Yeah, I mean at least to survive. You don't get relegated because that's why it becomes a yo-yo.
Don't be a Norwich.
Right. So that's the plan. I hope that's the plan. Then at least once we beat that, it's considered a 1 year Premier League experience. Then slowly move up.
So if let's say you were in survival mode and you want to avoid the drop, right? Who do you think should be dropped? If let's say, who are the bottom 3 below you?
Wow.
You think if you look at the Premier League, right? Who do you want?
Well, we have to be objective and fair. I mean, we ourselves are struggling.
Who is like close to?
They are grounded lah. They are grounded.
Too grounded lah. Too grounded.
They know where they stand. They are grounded.
I mean, if you're asking me, at this moment is still too early.
Too early, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the gap in the points are still quite close.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
so I think again, I mean, this is what I like. If Forest not even given their inconsistency, suddenly with Liverpool they played well, not bad. Likewise even for other clubs. So I want to see more level kind of playing field where the gap is narrower, so there can be some surprise wins.